What's good, Pack Nation? Welcome to Packin with Gary. Uh, let's talk Wolfpack hoops. Okay, we just beat Ole Miss by 14. I call for a 20-point victory, but we did have like a 28-point lead in this game. So, I was off, but it could have been 20. I'm not sure what was going on with the guys at the end. Coach explained that, they got spread out a little bit. Maybe it was fatigue. They did play a lot of minutes compared to what they're used to. So I don't know, but they messed up my 20-point prediction. So they owe me one. Okay. Abube, he played for a short stint. I'm glad he got in there. Coach played Musa and Lubin at the same time. Liking that. I was ready to continue to complain about that vibe, but Coach, he's making the adjustment. He's understanding that, you're just a little too small sometimes. So you gotta get bigger. Um, I feel like somebody on you know, Will's staff is watching the videos, maybe. If it's not him, somebody might be, as they're listening to what we're complaining about. But all jokes aside, definitely making some adjustments. I like that. I like that we took it to the other team early. Okay, took them out the game instead of that being us. A lot of times it's us playing from behind. Y'all know that feeling. But we were the bullies. I like being a bully. It feels good to not have to go out there and get punked first, and react. So that was a positive. Now, Q had a nice game. Um, I would tell you that reverse dunk, did not see that coming. That is ballsy because if he misses that, that's definitely a Sports Center not top 10. So I'm glad he had all the confidence in the world to pull that off. And as you look at it in slow mo, that was a pretty nice dunk. That wasn't just a regular reverse. Like he brought it down and then went back up with it. So very impressed with that. Um, Paul McNeil remains hot, and that's in large part to his shoot mechanics. They have changed a lot, and I'm going to put a video out on that as I, get that together to show you all, the before and after. If you haven't recognized it, it's drastic. You should be able to tell the difference at this point, and I think that's helping them stay consistent. Um, Some other things is, Holloman being put at the backup. That is big. I feel like he and Q had this tussle or pool going on where they were trying not to step on each other's toes about who the starting point guard was. And now I think it just needs to be clear. Q is the point guard. Um, he does a great job setting people up. He makes tough passes. Sometimes you're like, oh, don't do that, and maybe a turnover. But some of these passes that he's been making are phenomenal. Okay, vision is phenomenal. Um, Lubin's, I feel like settling in to being able to catch a lot of his passes. He's looking for him. He knows if he gets in the lane, it's not a guarantee that he's going to shoot each time. And I think the rest of his teammates are learning that too, which is going to help cut down these turnovers. But Holloman was not that. Like he's a more of a scorer, I guess. He's scoring the ball pretty well now, and it's okay for him to do that. Like I don't have any problems with that. Let him keep coming in, shooting that three at a high clip, and we're good to go. Okay. Arsenal. Ooh, buddy. Mm-mm-mm. Talk about a message sent. My man didn't even get in the game. Okay, he's sitting over there with his warm-ups on. I think he knew he wasn't about to play, and he's not hurt. Now, if you haven't gotten over that mental hurdle of the injury, okay, but coach is right. You got to do that on the bench. Like you can't be in the game throwing us off, not, giving us what we need from you and taking up somebody else's minutes. So that is big. Like that was a big statement. I hope he understood and can get it figured out. But I'm okay with moving forward without him being a big factor, for us. So let's talk about the elephant in the room. Darian Williams had 1 point. Look, I really don't have a problem with the guy having 1 point and we won by, 14. It's the fact that he only took 8 shots, right? For me, my star needs to go down swinging. If I'm gonna have 1 point, I want my star to be like, look, you lock me up, cool. I at least try to get to the free throw line, shoot 15 free throws, something. If your shot's not falling, your shot's not falling. But if you're not shooting a bunch of free throws, I feel like you're not being aggressive. And we need him to be aggressive to command a double team, potentially, be a threat. And Darren, I'm gonna talk to you directly. You had a little man on you all game. Coach did a great job of getting the matchup on you that was favorable. And over and over again, you missed. Now look, maybe you're not built to be the guy. Okay. Maybe it's not your DNA. Maybe you're always gonna be a Robin. And no matter what, if that man's off, you're still gonna be Robin. You're not gonna step into that role. Fine. But we thought you was gonna be Batman. So I appreciate if you'd be like an upgraded Robin. Okay. That's the least you can give us. Or you can say, you know what, you can take some of this NIL money back and we can plan for next year to go get us a true Batman. Whichever you want to do. It's fine with me. I need my star, if they're not going to score, to do everything else. Not give me 3 boards, 3 assists. No, you need to give me like 9, 10 rebounds, 9, 10 assists if you're going to get me 1 point. I need some steals. I know you're not leaper, so you probably not get a whole lot of blocks, but you can take some charges. You can do a whole lot of other things on the court if you're not going to score that basketball. I mean, let's think about it, people. If Williams does not revert back to what he was at the beginning of the year against lower competition, or even last year against in the tournament where he's dropping 20 a game and is, everything, the best thing since sliced bread that we thought he was going to be. Paul McNeil is going to have a tougher time getting shots because there's going to be some people that can stay in front of Copeland. He's not going to be able to get in the lane as easily as he's been. And then what? Our offense is just going to stall. I know Coach has a lot of plays to run to sort of scheme getting Paul open, but it's going to be nothing like this or for anybody else, right? We need ideally for Williams to command a double team and be able to pass out of that to hit the open shooter, not just Paul, anybody, right? To put the defense in rotation. That's the critical part of it, that him not being aggressive can be a problem for us. Okay. Hopefully it doesn't get to that point. Hopefully, his shoulder is supposed to be good now. Nothing happens, but I need him to figure it out quick. Okay. Copeland is our leader. So do we lean on him and just say, look, that's our star, that's our number one? Like, Coach really doesn't seem like he wants to do that. He doesn't seem like he wants to call out Williams for not being what he's supposed to be, which that's fine. I get how egos can be. But at this point, why are we talking about Copeland like he's really second fiddle? Like he's really that guy for us, right? Like, God forbid, knock on wood, anything happen to him, we really would be in trouble. Like, let's say the roles were reversed and we have to play a team and we sit Copeland compared to sitting, Williams or something like that. Like, that's a bigger hit for us. We need that guy. So I want him to like really be our go-to guy. Let him be an all ACC guard. I feel like coach is putting a ceiling on him, saying he's getting more than what he ever expected. Okay, cool. Let him give you some more. Don't limit this man. Let him shine. Let him grow. If he's getting better and he's more than what we thought he was going to be, then cool. We got him at a discount. Let's go. Our star player took 8 shots. Okay. Paul McNeil took 12 threes. 12. All right. Yeah, he hit a good amount of them, but why is our star player only taking 8 shots? That's what really bothers me. The aggressiveness is not there. Okay. He has to become more aggressive. Now, coach talked about the team being casual. We know who our casual player is. Okay. We know who it is. It's our the star. Even the commentary on the game was talking about it. So what are we gonna do about that? All right, let's move on to Matt Abel. Abel's looking like a true freshman again. All right. The regression is real. I hope he gets out of that soon. But I'll say this again. Our team is better than we think. It's better than coaches leading us to believe that they are. Okay. He's under promising, over delivering right now. He talked his junk in the beginning. That didn't work. I mean, he got him some NIL, but it didn't cause frustration. So now he's doing the opposite. Okay. He's pretty much going to be like, we're not there yet when we may not be there, but they're probably a lot better than what he's putting on after each game. And I think that is both for us, the fans, as well as them, so they continue to work harder. But just know, I think Mindset Monday will become easier with this particular team and being able to be positive for them. I don't think they're going to frustrate us as much as they did to start the year. I am going to have my Wolfpack basketball Christmas wish list. Keep an eye out for that. And if you can have it your way, what would you want from our team or this, coaching staff this year for Christmas? Please share with us. Put it in the comments. And as always, like, subscribe, and share. Go Pack.